There are few places on Earth where the planet feels truly alive, where the ground beneath your feet shifts and steams, and the air carries the electric charge of nature's most powerful forces. Iceland is such a place, a land where the impossible becomes reality and where opposites coexist in breathtaking harmony. Here, colossal glaciers crown the mountains, while rivers of molten lava carve the earth below. Towering waterfalls thunder into ancient valleys, geysers erupt with primal energy, and black sand beaches stretch along the edge of a furious Atlantic. Iceland is not just scenery, it is an experience that touches the soul. It is a place where the ancient stories of Viking explorers feel as real as the northern lights dancing overhead, a place where the silence of untouched landscape speaks louder than words. Iceland is not meant to be visited, it is meant to be felt, breathed in, and remembered forever. In this journey, we will explore the raw beauty of Iceland, from vibrant cities powered by nature to the most secluded and otherworldly landscapes on Earth. Whether you dream of chasing waterfalls, hiking through endless lava fields, marveling at floating icebergs, or standing under skies painted in emerald green and violet, Iceland promises an adventure like no other. Prepare to be amazed, inspired, and utterly transformed. Welcome to the wonders of Iceland. Our journey begins in Reykjavik, a city where innovation meets tradition and modern life unfolds against a backdrop of raw, untamed nature. Despite being the northernmost capital city in the world, Reykjavik feels surprisingly vibrant and warm, not just in its geothermal heated streets and homes, but in the spirit of its people. The heart of the city beats in the colourful old town, where charming houses painted in reds, blues and yellows line the narrow streets. Street art blooms on the walls, music drifts from cozy cafes, and sculptures depicting Icelandic legends invite exploration. Here, the boundary between urban life and nature is almost invisible. In Reykjavik, it is normal to see mountain ranges from your kitchen window, or to swim outdoors in naturally heated pools even in the middle of winter. No visit to Reykjavik would be complete without ascending Hallgrímskirkja church. This architectural marvel, inspired by basalt lava flows, offers sweeping panoramic views of the city and the distant mountains. From its tower, Reykjavik unfolds like a colourful canvas bordered by the deep blue of the Atlantic Ocean. The city's soul is found not only in its landscapes but also in its culture. Icelanders are fiercely proud of their heritage, and Reykjavik celebrates it in countless ways. From the Saga Museum's vivid retellings of Viking history to contemporary art galleries showcasing modern Icelandic creativity. Even the culinary scene reflects Reykjavik's unique character. Freshly caught Arctic char, free-roaming lamb, and daring dishes like fermented shark offer a taste of a culture deeply connected to its environment. Reykjavik is more than a gateway to Iceland's wild beauty. It is a living, breathing testament to how a city can thrive in harmony with some of the planet's most extreme natural forces. Leaving the colourful charm of Reykjavik behind, we venture into one of Iceland's most iconic journeys, the Golden Circle. This famed route is a compact showcase of the forces that have shaped Iceland over millennia, packed into a single, unforgettable day's drive. The first stop is Thingvellir National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Here, the Earth literally splits apart. The North American and Eurasian tectonic plates pull away from each other, leaving deep fissures and cracks in the rocky landscape. Walking through the Almannagjá Gorge, you can feel the scale of the planet's slow but unstoppable transformations. It is a humbling experience to stand between two continents. Beyond the geological wonders, Thingvellir is also the birthplace of Iceland's democracy. It was here over 1,000 years ago that the world's first parliament, the Althing, was established. The echoes of ancient gatherings still linger in the cool air, whispering stories of chieftains, laws and sagas that shaped the nation. From Thingvellir, the road leads to the Glacier geothermal area, a bubbling, steaming landscape that feels alive beneath your feet. While the original Great Glacier is now largely dormant, its neighbour Strokkur erupts with thrilling regularity, shooting boiling water high into the sky every few minutes. Crowds gather, cameras ready, but no photograph can truly capture the power and unpredictability of this natural phenomenon. The final jewel of the Golden Circle is Gullfoss, the Golden Waterfall. Fed by glacial meltwater from Langjökull Glacier, the Hvita River plunges into a deep, narrow canyon with a roar that can be heard from afar. Standing at the edge of the falls, feeling the mist on your face and the ground trembling beneath your feet, is to witness raw power in its purest form. Driving the Golden Circle is more than a sightseeing trip. It is an immersion into the ancient and ongoing processes that make Iceland one of the most geologically fascinating places on Earth. The Thingvellir National Park is not only geologically unique, it is spiritually significant to Icelanders. The landscape here is stark and dramatic. A wide rift valley filled with lava rock formations, cold, crystal-clear rivers, and patches of moss that have quietly colonized the rugged ground. The Silfra Fissure, one of the clearest underwater dive sites in the world, lies within Thingvellir. Here, divers and snorkelers can float between two tectonic plates in water so pure, it offers visibility of over 100 meters. It is a surreal experience, drifting weightlessly through a submerged world where Europe and America drift apart year by year. Above the surface, the trails at Thingvellir reveal hidden waterfalls, ancient rock walls, and viewpoints that stretch across the entire valley. In summer, the wildflowers bloom across the plains. In winter, the landscape transforms into a stark, snow-dusted wonderland. But more than its beauty, Thingvellir is a symbol of Icelandic identity. It was here that early settlers, descendants of Norse and Celtic explorers, gathered to create laws, resolve disputes, and forge a new society in a harsh new land. It is a place where nature and nationhood are forever entwined. Walking through Thingvellir is to walk through the soul of Iceland itself. Leaving the tectonic drama of Thingvellir behind, we journey deeper into Iceland's heart of fire and water. The next spectacle awaits, a thundering symphony of cascading water and Earth's breath rising in steam. Gullfoss and the surrounding geothermal wonders. The approach to Gullfoss, the Golden Waterfall, is deceivingly quiet. A simple rocky path winds across a barren plain, the roar of falling water growing louder with every step. Then suddenly the earth seems to open before you. A massive volume of glacial meltwater plummets in two grand stages into a deep canyon carved over millennia. Mist rises high into the air, catching the sunlight in fleeting rainbows. Standing at the viewing platforms, you can feel the vibrations through your boots. Gullfoss is not just a sight, it is a feeling, a deep, primal reminder of the forces that shape the world. Nearby, the earth bubbles and steams in the Glacier geothermal area. The ground here is alive, restless. Pools of boiling mud churn, fumaroles hiss, and the air smells of sulfur, reminding you that Iceland lies atop one of the world's most active volcanic zones. At the heart of this area stands Strokkur, Iceland's most famous geyser. Every few minutes it delivers a breathtaking performance, shooting boiling water up to 30 meters into the sky with a sudden whoosh that startles even those expecting it. Around it, smaller vents gurgle and spout, painting the landscape in otherworldly hues of orange, white and blue. There is something mesmerizing about watching the build-up, the swelling dome of water, the momentary pause, and then the explosive release. It is nature's own fireworks, set against a backdrop of endless sky and steaming earth. The combination of Gullfoss and the geothermal fields is a powerful reminder that in Iceland the elements of earth, water and fire are always in motion, creating a landscape of continual wonder. From the Golden Circle, we journey south toward one of Iceland's most mesmerizing regions, the rugged and breathtaking south coast. Here the land feels younger, rawer, as if freshly sculpted by the hands of nature. The south coast is a realm where black sand beaches stretch to the horizon, where cliffs tower above foaming waves, and where mighty glaciers spill down from distant mountains. The landscape is so dramatic that it feels almost unreal, like a scene from a fantasy epic brought to life. Driving along the ring road, endless fields of moss-covered lava stretch out on either side. In summer, lupine flowers bloom in vibrant purples across the fields, creating a surreal contrast against the dark earth. In winter, the landscape turns into a stark monochrome painting, black lava and white snow under an endless grey sky. One of the first highlights along the south coast is the Gullfoss Waterfall. Unlike any other, this slender, elegant waterfall invites you to walk behind its curtain of water, offering a unique perspective few places on Earth can match. Standing behind the falling water with the late evening sun setting the mist ablaze with colour is one of Iceland's most magical moments. Further along the coast lies the mightier Skoggafoss, a broad and powerful waterfall that plunges straight down from ancient sea cliffs. Legends say a treasure chest is hidden behind Skoggafoss, placed there by the first Viking settlers. Climbing the steep stairway alongside the falls rewards you with panoramic views of the endless coastline and the icy peaks beyond. Glaciers, too, dominate the south. The tongue of Sólheimajökull Glacier stretches close to the highway, its crevassed surface glowing with shades of blue and white. Here you can walk upon the ancient ice itself, guided by experts into a world of frozen caves and towering seracs. The south coast is not just about individual sites, it is a living, breathing masterpiece of geology and weather, where every turn in the road reveals a new wonder and every moment feels like a discovery. Among the many natural wonders along Iceland's south coast, the waterfalls command a special reverence. Seljalandsfoss and Skoggafoss, two of the country's most iconic falls, stand as timeless sentinels of Iceland's wild beauty. Seljalandsfoss is delicate yet powerful, a narrow ribbon of water tumbling over a high cliff. What makes Seljalandsfoss unique is the cavern hidden behind it. A walking path allows you to circle around the waterfall, standing in the cool mist as the water plunges before you. In the late evening, when the sun dips low, the light transforms the mist into a glowing veil, and the entire scene feels otherworldly. It is a place where photographers lose hours chasing the perfect shot, and where even casual visitors feel compelled to simply stand in awe. Just a short drive away lies Skoggafoss, its character entirely different. Wider, more muscular, Skoggafoss crashes down with incredible force, sending mist billowing into the air. Rainbows frequently arc across the spray, adding to the waterfall's ethereal beauty. The legend of Skoggafoss speaks of a hidden treasure chest left by the first Viking settler at Skógar. According to the story, the treasure was glimpsed centuries later when a local boy found a ring from the chest before it disappeared back into legend. Visitors to Skoggafoss can climb a staircase of over 500 steps alongside the falls, reaching a viewpoint that reveals the river's meandering journey across the volcanic plains toward the sea. On a clear day, the view from the top is breathtaking. A vast panorama where land, water and sky merge in perfect harmony. Seljalandsfoss and Skoggafoss are more than just waterfalls. They are living testaments to Iceland's untamed spirit, symbols of the raw beauty and enduring mysteries that define this land. Leaving the roaring waterfalls behind, we continue along the south coast until the landscape begins to change again. The fields give way to vast expanses of black volcanic sand, and in the distance a glittering spectacle appears, the Glacier Lagoon, Jökulsárlón. Here, massive icebergs that have carved from the Breidablikkujökull Glacier float serenely in a deep, still lagoon. Some are pure white, others are an otherworldly blue, their colors shaped by the compression of centuries-old ice. Seals bob between the floating ice and Arctic terns wheel overhead, their calls echoing across the cold air. The lagoon is connected to the sea by a narrow channel, and it is here on the adjacent Diamond Beach that nature stages one of its most extraordinary displays. Icebergs from the lagoon wash up onto the black sand, scattered like gemstones across the shore. Some are crystal clear, others are etched with intricate patterns formed by melting and freezing over millennia. Walking along Diamond Beach feels like wandering through a forgotten world, a place where the forces of ice, time and tide create sculptures more delicate and awe-inspiring than any human hand could craft. The colors, the textures, the way the light dances off the frozen surfaces, it is a photographer's dream and a traveler's wonderland. The Glacier Lagoon and Diamond Beach offer a fitting climax to the South Coast journey, a place where the beauty of Iceland's glaciers meets the wildness of its volcanic shores, leaving visitors speechless before the artistry of nature itself. As we leave the shimmering beauty of the Glacier Lagoon and Diamond Beach behind, the landscape begins to swell with grandeur once more. Stretching before us is Vatnajökull National Park, a vast wilderness crowned by the largest glacier in Europe. Covering about 8% of Iceland's total landmass, Vatnajökull is not just a glacier, it is an entire frozen world. Beneath its thick, ancient ice lie active volcanoes, deep valleys and hidden mountains. A chaotic, dramatic landscape preserved under a blanket of white for thousands of years. Approaching the glacier tongues that snake down toward the lowlands, you can hear the subtle crackle and groan of moving ice. The surface of the glacier is a surreal world of deep crevasses, towering ice formations and mesmerizing shades of blue. Some parts of the glacier are so compressed by centuries of snowfall that they glow a vibrant electric blue when struck by the light. Guided tours lead adventurous travelers onto the ice itself. Equipped with crampons and ice axes, visitors can explore a frozen world few will ever experience firsthand. Walking through labyrinths of ice, peering into bottomless crevasses, and even venturing into glistening ice caves sculpted by meltwater rivers beneath the glacier. One of the most famous subregions is Skaftafell, an oasis within the icy desert, where waterfalls tumble down green hillsides and hiking trails wind through lush valleys. Dettifoss, or Black Falls, is a highlight here. Its delicate stream plunging over a dramatic wall of black basalt columns that look like a cathedral sculpted by nature. Vatnajökull is more than just a glacier. It is a living monument to the forces that have shaped Iceland over millions of years. Walking across its vast icy expanse with nothing but the sound of your own breath and the crunch of ice underfoot is to feel truly humbled by the power and timelessness of nature. Leaving behind the imposing presence of Vatnajökull, we journey eastward into one of Iceland's best-kept secrets, the East Fjords. Here the crowds vanish, the landscapes soften, and a profound sense of isolation and tranquility takes over. The East Fjords are a maze of narrow inlets, steep mountain passes, and sleepy fishing villages that cling to the edge of the sea. Towering peaks plunge straight into the ocean, their rocky faces often hidden by drifting clouds. Herds of wild reindeer roam the hillsides, descendants of animals brought here centuries ago. Driving through the East Fjords feels like stepping back in time. Each village, from Djúpivogur with its art-filled harbour, to Seyðisfjörður with its colourful wooden houses and vibrant art scene, has its own unique character and rhythm, shaped by centuries of coexistence with the harsh North Atlantic. The winding coastal roads offer spectacular views at every turn. You might find yourself pulling over again and again to marvel at waterfalls cascading down sheer cliffs or to watch the changing light dance across the fjord waters. One of the most magical experiences in the East is simply to stop, to sit on a rocky beach, listen to the gentle lapping of waves, and watch seabirds wheel against a backdrop of rugged peaks. It is in these quiet, unhurried moments that the true soul of Iceland reveals itself. The East Fjords are a reminder that Iceland's greatest treasures are not always the most famous ones. Sometimes the greatest wonders are those found far from the beaten path, in places where nature and time still move to their ancient rhythms. Our journey now takes us into Iceland's wild and lesser-travelled north, where one of the country's most awe-inspiring natural forces awaits: Dettifoss, the most powerful waterfall in Europe. The approach to Dettifoss is stark and rugged, the land stripped bare by centuries of volcanic activity and glacial flooding. There is an almost lunar quality to the terrain, a sense of rawness that prepares you for the spectacle to come. And then, without warning, the earth drops away and Dettifoss roars into view. The sheer volume of water cascading over the edge is staggering, an estimated 193 cubic meters per second during peak flow. The sound is deafening, a constant, thundering roar that you feel deep in your chest. The spray rises high into the air, creating misty rainbows in the shifting light. Unlike the graceful waterfalls of the south, Dettifoss is raw, chaotic power. There is no elegance here, only unstoppable force grinding away at the earth itself. The viewing areas offer different perspectives. From the west bank, you stand directly alongside the torrent, close enough to feel the ground trembling under your feet. From the east bank, you can appreciate the full width and ferocity of the falls, framed against the desolate rocky landscape. Dettifoss embodies the raw, untamed energy that defines Iceland's north. It is a place where nature asserts its dominance unapologetically, reminding all who stand before it that here, humans are mere visitors in a world ruled by elemental forces. Continuing through the north, the road leads us to a landscape so strange, so otherworldly, that it feels like stepping onto another planet, the area surrounding Lake Myvatn. Formed by a massive volcanic eruption over 2,000 years ago, Lake Myvatn is a shimmering expanse of water dotted with dozens of small islands and pseudo-craters. But it is the surroundings that truly captivate. Fields of jagged lava, steaming geothermal vents, and strange rock formations that look as if they were sculpted by the hands of ancient gods. One of the most remarkable areas is Dimmuborgir, or the Dark Castles, a labyrinth of towering lava formations, caves and pillars. According to Icelandic folklore, this eerie landscape is home to trolls and elves, and walking through its twisted corridors, it is easy to believe the stories. Nearby, the geothermal area of Verir presents a landscape straight out of science fiction. Here the earth is stained vivid hues of red, orange and yellow by mineral deposits, and the ground bubbles and steams ominously from countless fumaroles and mud pots. The air is thick with the smell of sulfur, and the entire area feels unstable, alive and utterly fascinating. For a more relaxing experience, the Myvatn nature baths offer a soothing soak in mineral-rich waters, surrounded by endless views of lava fields and distant mountains. Less crowded than the Blue Lagoon, the Myvatn baths offer the same geothermal luxury in a more tranquil, natural setting. Lake Myvatn and its surroundings are a testament to Iceland's volcanic heart, a place where the planet's restless energy is on full, spectacular display. Beyond the ring of the well-trodden tourist routes lies one of Iceland's greatest hidden treasures, the Westfjords. Remote, rugged and breathtakingly beautiful, the Westfjords are a place where nature still rules completely, and where the roads twist and turn along sheer cliffs and into forgotten valleys. Few travelers make it this far north and west, but those who do are rewarded with some of the most spectacular landscapes Iceland has to offer. The Westfjords are a mosaic of towering mountains, deep fjords, cascading waterfalls, and remote villages where life moves at a slower, more ancient pace. Driving the winding gravel roads of the Westfjords is an adventure in itself. At every bend, the landscape shifts, from moss-covered cliffs that drop straight into the sea to broad valleys where rivers meander like silver threads. One of the highlights of the Westfjords is Latrabjarg, Europe's westernmost point. Here, towering cliffs provide sanctuary for millions of seabirds, including puffins, guillemots and razorbills. Standing on the edge, watching thousands of birds wheel and dive against the crashing waves below, is a mesmerizing experience. The Westfjords are also home to countless hidden hot springs, isolated beaches of red and golden sand, and some of Iceland's most spectacular waterfalls. Places where you can soak, explore and marvel, often without another soul in sight. This is Iceland at its rawest and most untouched, a land that demands patience, resilience, and a willingness to lose yourself in its vast, wild beauty. Among the many wonders of the Westfjords, one stands out above the rest. Dynjandi, often called the most beautiful waterfall in Iceland. Approaching Dynjandi is an unforgettable experience. From a distance, it looks like a delicate white veil draped across the mountainside. But as you draw closer, the true scale of this masterpiece reveals itself. Dynjandi is not a single waterfall, but a series of 7 cascades, each flowing into the next, with the largest and highest drop, about 100 meters, at the top. The waterfall spreads wide as it falls, creating a fan shape that resembles a bridal veil. The sound is a soft but powerful roar, and the air is filled with a fine mist that catches the sunlight, creating fleeting rainbows. A trail leads visitors up along the series of smaller waterfalls below Dinjandi, each one beautiful in its own right. Climbing closer to the main cascade, you can feel the cool rush of the water in the air, and the sheer energy of the place is almost overwhelming. There is a sense of sacredness here, a feeling that Dinjandi is not just a waterfall, but a living spirit of the land itself. For many travelers, Dinjandi becomes the emotional high point of their Icelandic journey, a place where the natural world reveals both its gentle beauty and its awe-inspiring power. As we leave the West Fjords and make our way back toward the western heart of Iceland, we arrive at a place often called Iceland in miniature, the Snæfellsnes Peninsula. Here, in a compact, easily navigable region, you can experience virtually every type of landscape that Iceland has to offer. Towering volcanic peaks, lava fields, black sand beaches, dramatic cliffs, charming fishing villages, and even a glacier-capped volcano, all are packed into this stunning stretch of land. The crown jewel of the peninsula is Snæfellsjökull, a perfectly symmetrical, glacier-topped volcano made famous by Jules Verne's classic novel Journey to the Center of the Earth. On clear days, its white summit floats like a beacon above the surrounding plains. Driving the coastal road around the peninsula reveals a new wonder at every turn. Kirkjufell, one of Iceland's most photographed mountains, rises sharply from the landscape, its iconic shape mirrored in the still waters below. The nearby Gullfoss Waterfall adds to the picture-perfect scene. Further west, the tiny fishing village of Arnarstapi clings to the coastline, its cliffs carved into fantastical shapes by the relentless ocean. A short hike connects Arnarstapi to the neighboring village of Helnar, offering breathtaking views of sea arches, basalt formations, and bird colonies. At Djúpalónsandur Beach, black volcanic pebbles crunch underfoot as waves crash against strange rock formations. The remnants of a shipwreck scattered along the beach serve as a haunting reminder of the power of the sea. The Snæfellsnes Peninsula offers a perfect conclusion to the Icelandic journey, a place where all the island's forces and wonders seem to converge in a breathtaking finale. And finally, as night falls across Iceland's vast landscapes, the sky itself becomes the stage for one of the greatest shows on Earth, the Aurora Borealis. The northern lights are not guaranteed, not scheduled. They are a gift, fleeting, unpredictable, and utterly unforgettable. Watching them dance across the Arctic sky in shifting curtains of green, violet, and white is a moment of pure wonder. A reminder that, even in an age of technology and constant noise, there are still mysteries in this world that defy explanation. Iceland is a land where the elements reign supreme, where fire, ice, water, and air collide to create a landscape of unparalleled beauty and drama. It is a place where you can stand at the edge of a glacier, walk between continents, soak in ancient hot springs, and feel the pulse of the living earth beneath your feet. More than just a destination, Iceland is an experience that stays with you long after you have left its shores. It is a journey into the heart of nature's most awe-inspiring power, a reminder of the wild beauty that still exists in our world. If you have ever dreamed of adventure, of standing in places untouched by time, of witnessing the Earth's raw forces at work, then Iceland is calling you. Thank you for joining us on this unforgettable journey through the wonders of Iceland. If you enjoyed this adventure, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more breathtaking explorations around the world. Hit the like button, share this video with fellow travelers, and let us know in the comments, where in Iceland would you love to visit first? This is just the beginning. More wonders await. Subscribe now and travel beyond the ordinary with us.